Imagine you finally build a time machine, not a fake one with blinking Christmas lights, a real one. You step inside, type in the year 1996, and press the button. There's a flash, a weird buzzing sound. Maybe your hair stands up dramatically, because apparently every time machine needs to attack your hairstyle, then everything goes dark. You open your eyes, no room, no floor, no house, no earth, just endless black space. Congratulations, you successfully traveled back in time and immediately died because you forgot that the planet does not stay parked. When most people imagine time travel, they picture time like a YouTube timeline. You drag the little red bar backward. The room becomes older. Your phone disappears. Your furniture turns into furniture your parents would describe as perfectly good, and you are still standing in exactly the same spot. But that is not how reality works, because Earth is not sitting still while time passes. Earth is spinning. Earth is orbiting the sun. The sun is moving through the Milky Way. The Milky Way is moving through space. And space itself is expanding. So if a time machine sends you back 10 years, but keeps you at the same coordinates in space, you are not standing in your bedroom 10 years ago. You are floating somewhere in the darkness where your bedroom used to be, which is a very bad place to look for your old Xbox. Think about it. Even right now, while you are sitting still, you are moving at ridiculous speeds. The Earth rotates under your feet. It races around the sun. The sun carries us around the center of the galaxy. You are basically on a giant rock, spinning through space at insane speed. And yet you complain when the Wi-Fi takes 3 seconds to load. Humanity really has no sense of scale. Now imagine going back just one day. Sounds easy, right? Yesterday was basically 5 minutes ago emotional. But in that one day, Earth has moved around the sun by millions of kilometers. So if your machine sends you to this exact spot, but yesterday, there is no exact spot. The planet has left. You would appear in space, probably very confused, very cold, and still somehow receiving an email asking if you are available for a quick call. And that is only Earth. Maybe your machine is smart enough to follow the Earth. Fine. Now it has to follow the sun too, because the sun is not standing still either. Our entire solar system is moving around the Milky Way at roughly hundreds of thousands of kilometers per hour. So your machine needs to know where the sun was at the exact second you want to visit. Then it needs to know where Earth was around that sun. Then it needs to know where your house was on Earth. Then it needs to know which side of Earth was facing upward. Because arriving in your living room is one thing. Arriving 3 meters lower inside the planet is another. That is not time travel. That is a very expensive underground burial service. And it gets worse, because your house itself is moving. The Earth rotates, continents shift, buildings get demolished. Cities expand. A forest becomes a parking lot. A parking lot becomes luxury apartments. And then those apartments become a unique investment opportunity with no kitchen and a monthly payment larger than a spaceship. So if you travel back 100 years, you do not just need the location of Earth, you need the location of one specific patch of ground on Earth at one exact moment before the building was built, after the ground was there, and preferably not inside a horse. This is why the phrase same place, different time is much stranger than it sounds. There is no such thing as the same place. Not really. There is only a location relative to other moving things. Relative to Earth, relative to the sun, relative to the galaxy, relative to whatever giant cosmic object we are all currently flying past without noticing. Your chair feels stationary because you and the chair are moving together. It is like standing inside a train. You can put a coffee on the table and it does not fly into the wall, not because the train is not moving, but because you, the coffee, and the table are all moving together. Earth is like that, a giant, spinning, flying train, except the train is a planet, and outside the window is death. So could a real-time machine solve this? Maybe, but it would need to be much more than a machine that changes the year. It would need to calculate your exact position in space and time. Not just July 14th, 1996, more like July 14th, 1996, at this exact second, at this exact location relative to Earth, the sun, the galaxy, and every other thing that could turn me into a frozen astronaut. It would need a cosmic GPS, except regular GPS already struggles when you walk under a bridge. Now imagine asking it to navigate the universe in 1847. Recalculating route. Please turn left at the nearest stable star. And there is an even weirder problem. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, there may not even be one universal answer to what right now means. Time is not a giant clock hanging somewhere outside the universe. It depends on motion. It depends on gravity. Different observers can measure time differently. So before your machine can send you to the past, it may first need to answer a question physicists are still arguing about. Past relative to what? Your house, Earth, the sun, the galaxy, The universe? Because the universe did not give us a neat grid with coordinates labeled Tuesday and kitchen. It gave us a moving, expanding, chaotic mess, and then it gave humans calendars and let us pretend we understood it. So maybe time travel is possible. Maybe one day someone will build a machine that can jump through space-time, but it will not look like a phone. It will look like the most terrifying navigation system ever invented. A machine that has to know where everything was, where everything is, and where everything will be. Because if it gets one calculation wrong, you do not arrive in ancient Rome. You arrive in empty space wearing sandals, asking why the air feels different. The real problem with time travel is not meeting your younger self. It is not changing history. It is not accidentally becoming your own grandfather. The real problem is much simpler. The universe is moving, and if you travel through time without moving with it, you do not visit the past. You miss the planet.